Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. What is going on, guys? Thank you so much for coming back to Patreon for this Patreon only podcast that I'm getting ready to do here, and we're going to be talking about Star Citizen and what's been happening on the YouTube channel. I know a lot of people probably have a lot of questions, and we're going to address that. We're gonna talk about that, but I want to give a quick update to the video that I titled "What's Wrong with Me" or what's been going on. Give a quick update on that. So, my wife, she got her license. She failed the first attempt, and then she passed it the second time. And so she's been driving me back and forth to work, and I've got a lot of time now, or I got all my time back. So, thankfully to her, we've got the time to do the shows and stuff like that. So now Patreon is going to be back in full force. I was, for anybody that may have missed that particular podcast I did, I was only awake in the house for 2 hours a day, unless it was a day off. So it was really difficult. But all that's done and it's over. I am really super worried about her driving by herself. She's not a very experienced driver because she hasn't done it for years, like you may have, or like I have. So I watch her on the app that I have installed, where I can see where she's at, but it only updates like once every minute. So I keep an eye on her traveling to get me from work, or I traveling home, and I'm just praying and hoping that she doesn't get into an accident, or does one of the mistakes that we all make, whether not checking your blind spot, or switching a lane, or swerving a little bit too much, or not stopping on time when traffic comes to a dead stop. So that's got me completely worried. But she's doing good. She's doing really good. So let's so that's an update to that. So Patreon's back on track, guys. We're gonna get back into it. I am gonna get me a cup of coffee here in just a second, and then we're gonna be talking about Star Citizen, why you're seeing what you're seeing on the YouTube channel here, and I'm going to explain that to you guys, and because there's a lot to explain. There's a lot to explain because I was heavily involved in the No Man's Sky community, and I definitely want to talk about that, and I definitely want to talk about why Star Citizen at the moment, and I've got so much to say, so much, a lot of explaining to do, huh? So we're going to get into that, but I'm going to go fill this up, and I'll be right back. Enjoy this music. This is Star Citizen music. Enjoy it. It's amazing. Okay, so the coffee's not ready yet. It will be soon. Okay. So let's start from the beginning. I think we've got a couple new Patreon supporters from Star Citizen here as well. So this will be awesome for you to also hear this. But as a lot of you know, I've been covering No Man's Sky since the end of 2013. A lot of those videos were deleted because they were just, I felt, disrespectful to the project. Just because I was wearing a mask and burping and farting and drunk on cam. It was just two. And here's a picture that my daughter drew me. Oh, you can't see it. Yeah, you can. You can see it. Can you? There we go. So let's talk about what's happening. I've gone through a lot with the No Man's Sky content. It was it's look, I don't understand the stars, you know, how people like one game only. Like, it's got to be one space game for people. And I don't understand that. It's like the whole argument with oh, I like Star Trek. I don't like Star Wars. You know? And it's like, or I like Star Wars, I don't like Star Trek. It's like there's actual teams of Team Star Trek, Team Star Wars, and I don't understand that. I like both of them. I like anything about space I can get my hands on. Lost in Space, the new episode, even the old one. The old Star Trek. I like Battlestar Galactica. I like just The Day the Earth Stood Still, the old and new. War of the Worlds, old and new. I'm a big space fan. I don't know what it is. I don't know why, but I am. So with that in mind, I love space games. I like Elite, although I haven't had a whole lot of time playing it. I did upload a couple of videos and this and that. There's nothing about Elite that I don't like except for the fact that I can't get out of my ship. I understand why. It's a space trucking simulator, or, you know, spaceship simulator. But I would really like to see the Mad Space Legs in Elite Dangerous. No Man's Sky is another one of my favorite games, space game. And it's a very instant game. You want to go to a planet, it's really super instant. It's quick. The travel times are not long. The length to enter to the atmosphere is not long. The length of time to get out of off the planet and back into space is not long at all. Everything's instant. So in the sense, very arcadey. So that way you can get into the fun right away. And that is a quality of No Man's Sky, that it was made for that. So Star Citizen is now, like very recently, like one of my favorite games. It's always been a project I've been interested in, so much so that I backed it in 2015 to help support the development, but I didn't really do much with the game. I did a couple videos starting to cover the development, and then I realized it was too crowded. I felt like I was stepping on too many toes covering the development of No Man's Sky. We had Board Gamer, Morphologist, and a lot of other amazing content creators, Noobifier, a lot of people covering the development of Star Citizen, and Ragnarok. And I just felt odd at that point in time covering the development of the game, especially since so many people were playing it and I didn't have a PC that could play Star Citizen. So I felt like I was a little disingenuous, or appearing to be just disingenuous, even though I loved the project and I wanted to see it succeed. But so many people were so deep into it and they were playing the game, I couldn't. And then recently, as you guys know, we got a PC that can play the game. So with No Man's Sky, it was a roller coaster of events, to where the update would come out, or the update would be spoken of, then we'd be covering it and everyone would be excited. I'm excited seeing everybody excited. And then afterwards, after the update, the No Man's Sky community kind of dwindles down. A lot of people who subscribed during that time would unsub, And yeah, no, it's not, you're not supposed to worry about your subscribers, right? Not supposed to worry about the numbers, to do what you love, right? Well, I was doing what I loved. Covering a very ambitious game that even still to this day, No Man's Sky is in development. And thank you. Got a coffee. So I was doing what I loved, but I want to really be successful. This is something like, I grew up in I was born in 76. So growing up that entire time, I remember even playing around with like blocky objects and acting like they were little computers and I was typing on them, and here they are. But growing up, I listened to a lot of talk radio for some reason as a kid. When I was very early aged, I was listening to a lot of AM talk radio. And it was something that was just so fascinating to me, that people can talk and you could hear them on radios. And I've always wanted to be involved in that line of work ever since I was a little kid. So I've always wanted to create radio. But it's something I never went to school for, and something you definitely have to go to school for, because I do not have the vocabulary to be on the radio. I just don't. That's one thing. You have to learn how not to do that by taking a breath of air or something like that. But it's just not something that I followed. But now as an adult, we've got YouTube. We've got Twitch. We've got all these things that we can enjoy. And to get our voices out into the world. And I think that's amazing. You put a video on YouTube, you're broadcasting to the world. Which YouTube at the moment it's more effective to reach the world than television is. So if you're on YouTube, you've made it. You made it. You're on TV. Then it's getting an audience. It's getting out there and getting people to hear what you want to say. That's the second part, right? You get put on television, you're being put on a network, and people, if they want to watch that channel, then they have to watch you, So it's easy to build an audience when you're being forced into everybody's living room. But here on YouTube, you have to work for it. And I wanted that platform. I wanted the platform to speak and to talk and to have that radio station, so to speak, that I've wanted ever since I was a kid. And now I have it, and because of YouTube, right? Anybody can. Even if you have one subscriber, you've got it. You've got the platform. You can speak. You can be heard. So I wanted to build that as much as possible. And when the update would come out, I would lose 200, 400 a day subscribers. And just people that either just didn't like No Man's Sky anymore, or people that they didn't so that downfall, that roller coaster, boom, and then shoom, every single time just going up and down. It would really mess with you emotionally, especially when you're investing most of your free time into making this work. And it bothered me tremendously. But I stuck with it because I believed in the project. Now, I made the channel to cover ambitious games in development. That's what the Cobra TV show, the Cobra TV program, as it says here, program. I made it to cover games in ambitious games in development, gaming news and stuff like that. So when I found No Man's Sky, it was ambitious, and I stuck with it. I couldn't get away from it. I didn't want to get away from it. The same thing is happening right now with Star Citizen. I clicked on that launcher. I'll show you where the launcher is. Probably won't be able to see it. It's too far away. but it's right here. This is the launcher. I clicked on that when I was on vacation from work, and it updated, and I've never played it on this PC. I don't think I did. And when it updated and I started playing it, I couldn't believe what I was playing. I couldn't believe what I was playing. And I mean that genuinely. I had no idea that the Star Citizen was so immersive, was so far ahead of the entire gaming industry. I didn't know. I knew that it was an ambitious project, but when I played that game that day, I didn't know. I found out quick. I found it super quick. I did a mission. We went off and we did a mission, and I didn't record it. I was just pretty much just testing out the game, and by the time I was done, I sat there for a good while just looking at my computer, thinking to myself, what do I do? What do I do? I have accidentally typecast my entire channel with No Man's Sky. I have no regrets. Please don't get me wrong. I have no regrets. But I'm sitting here with Star Citizen, and a lot of, there's Team No Man's Sky, there's Team Star Citizen, there's Team Elite Dangerous. I'm sitting here with this game, and I'm like, what do I do? I know that the people that are subscribed to Cobra TV would love this if they just seen it. If they just knew. But if I uploaded it, how many people are going to throw tomatoes at me? How many people are going to be upset with me? So I thought about it, and I decided, okay, first step, record it. Record it. That's what we need to do, just record it. So I did. And that video was a open statement to the entire No Man's Sky community to show them what they might be missing, because I myself was missing it. So I recorded it, and then I had the video there, and I went into Sony Vegas and I edited it. How do you say that right? And that's why I'm not in radio. And so, at that point, I put it on, I rendered it, I did the whole edit and everything, and I held on to it for a little while. Not too long, I think it was like a day. And I'm like, I've got to upload this. If I was missing this, and if I was unaware of how great this was, then there's a big chance that a lot of the people that are subscribed to Cobra TV are unaware as well. And so I did it. I uploaded it. I took that chance. I uploaded it. And the reason why is because I want you to know. I want you to know. It's not just a game. It's a place. It's a place. And it's an ambitious game that's in development, and I do plan on covering the development, but right now I want to make myself genuine. I want to play it. I want to know how to control everything and be places and visit places and know the lore before I dare speak about the development of this game. Because it deserves respect. A lot of people look at it and they think it's a scam. One of the things that I wish they wouldn't do is try to sell new visitors $700 ships. Because when you go to the website for the first time and you see that price tag on a ship and you're like, whew, what? And you immediately think it's a scam. But I put my name and reputation on it. It's not. And I've fallen in love with Star Citizen. You have to experience it. The only thing I can say, guys, is try it. They offer free play. One's coming up, I believe, where you could download it for free and play it for free for like a weekend or something like that. And that's all you need. That's all you need. Get in there and do a mission. Pick a box delivery mission is what I suggest. That will give you a simple mission to pick up a box somewhere and go deliver the box. And that'll give you an idea of some of the sights to see and some of the way things travel. It's not hard. I mean, yeah, my last video I just uploaded. There's a lot of crashing and stuff like that, but it's not like Elite Dangerous difficulty. Some of the mistakes that I made, I've learned from them, and they're mistakes. As that pirate told me in one of the videos, it's a dangerous verse. You have to be careful what you do. When I landed, there was a rock underneath of me, and I didn't know, and I was coming down too fast, and I broke my ship. But the distances that you have to travel, this is not a game to play if you only have like 30 minutes. If you only have like 30 minutes to play, then maybe get in and do some shopping, buy some clothes, buy some weapons, buy some armor, stuff like that. But if you're going to do any type of missions, this is not a game to play if you only have 30 minutes available. In that case, pop in some No Man's Sky and travel around the stars and do stuff in No Man's Sky, because No Man's Sky offers that instant gameplay. The quality of Star Citizen, on the other hand, and what makes it different and worth owning at the same time as you own No Man's Sky, is that the distance is the highest quality of the game. Because if you have to travel somewhere, there's a consequence to that distance. And when you are forced to travel that long, whether it be across the star system from Olisar to Hurston, or if you decide to land your ship and walk too far, there's consequence. And when you do have that consequence, when you land on Hurston after you left Olisar, there is this feeling that you're far away from where you started. And the architectural change from the cold feeling of Olisar, the cold clinical steel, and then here you are in this dilapidated, poor working condition place where the workers are forced to live on Hurston. And then you go out into the savannah, it's beautiful. You go to the beach and it looks beautiful but polluted at the same time. And then you go off into the junkyards and there's like trash, broken down ships. The game makes you feel like you're in different places and far away. And that is immersive. But when it comes to why am I uploading it like crazy? Because I'm addicted. I'm in love with this game. No way would I ever say that No Man's Sky is better than Elite Dangerous. And I would never say Elite Dangerous is better than No Man's Sky. That's not a topic that should be talked about. What should be talked about is how these games are different and what do they offer and why should I own all three? Or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 20 space games. Just like I said when I was a child, I wanted to be on the radio. But as a child, I always wanted to be in the stars. And No Man's Sky did fill a lot of that void. The wonderful planets, the colors and vibrancy of and the animals to discover and things like that. But there was something missing from the experience. And that was to feel like you're honestly in space and in danger. And that's what Star Citizen provides. Now, granted, you're not going to land on a Gene Roddenberry type planet like you would in No Man's Sky. And that's why you should own No Man's Sky. I don't know if there's plans for Star Citizen to add planets like that in there. I know they're going to be adding life and fauna and stuff like that, and over 100 star systems, which 100 star systems in Star Citizen is probably just about the same size of the Infinite Galaxy in No Man's Sky, just because of the distances. It's just, I don't know. It's a very sensitive topic, I know, to be able to discuss No Man's Sky and Star Citizen at the same time, and why you should own both. But right now, I'm uploading Star Citizen, and I'm enjoying the living heck out of it. I played No Man's Sky since 2016, 3 years. And to tell you the truth, I've tried other games for like a minute apiece, but nothing filled that void that I got with No Man's Sky. Nothing. So I really have limited myself on the games that I play, just because I was playing No Man's Sky nonstop since 2016. So here I am playing a game out of the blue all of a sudden that is giving me an experience like no other. And that's what I'm focused on. Is No Man's Sky completely gone from the channel? No. No. But I don't want to be considered a community leader for No Man's Sky. That's something that I want to be gone. I want other people to have the chance to get in there and become the community leaders of No Man's Sky. There shouldn't be one, actually. There shouldn't be one. But if there is going to be some, maybe we could say, not community leader, but, inspirators? Community inspirators of No Man's Sky? Sword's a good candidate. Probably one of the most biggest fans as far as content personalities go right now of No Man's Sky. That can, you know, a lot of you guys are. I don't know what to say to that. I just want to be looked at as I'm having fun. And that's the bottom line. I'm having so much fun playing Star Citizen and uploading it right now. I'm actually, for the first time, not stressing about the YouTube channel. I did when I first uploaded the first video of Star Citizen. But for the first time in years, I'm having fun on my YouTube channel. I'm enjoying it. So, if anybody was wondering, that's it. That's what's going on. And I think, from the bottom of my heart, those of you who have stuck around in this weird, confusing moment, and on the YouTube channel, here on Patreon, and I want to thank the new Patreon supporters who have come by to message me, to support the channel. And as far as messaging goes, I was thinking two thoughts at once. If you are a new Patreon supporter or an old one, message me. Message me on Twitter, XXX Cobra. So that's at 3X's Cobra, no spaces, no lines, no nothing. Message me on Twitter, and I'm open to talk. I talk to everybody. I love talking. So, yeah, message me on Twitter. Let me know who you are. On Twitter, message me. Let me know who you are in Discord so I can give you Patreon access. So that way you can come into the VIP lounge and when we're doing the pre-show. So if anybody's got this far, my question is, so now that we have our time back, we can start doing the Cobra TV and Chill and the Force Made podcast. I'd like to consider this as a Force Made podcast. Crazy Haze Productions. I like to consider this one of the Force Made podcasts because, in a sense, Star Citizen did Force Made a podcast here. So, my question is, what is a good show that we can put on here on Patreon that you guys care about? Something that for your eyes only, something that is worth coming back for to view. I created those shows over there because of the simple fact I wanted to give back, right? But I don't think that those shows are good enough, and we'll start them back up now that we have time. But what show do you want to be here waiting for you? That is something that you would like or enjoy watching. Let me know. I'm willing. I love to work. What makes me happy is when people say, "I want this. Can you do this?" And if everybody's on board with it, so am I.
We come in peace. We come.
Oh wow, Skiroff just pledged to Patreon. Thank you, Skillroff. I hope I said that right. I'm just sitting here recording a Patreon video, and boom, you showed up. Thank you so much, buddy. So everything that I just said goes for you as well. I mean, what kind of show do you guys want to see here that cannot be seen on YouTube or anywhere else? So that's the mission. To get that set in stone and create something truly unique as a Patreon only show. Can't get it anywhere else. Tomorrow, I'm going to do like a little studio tour around, kind of showing everything. Look at this. This is something I just bought for the desk. It's a Cobra snake, and it just sits there. It's kind of hard to tell what it is unless I actually pick it up and show it. But it's a skeleton cobra, and I think it's awesome. It's really awesome. He's got his mouth opens and shuts too. That's a little desk pet, and I'm going to be doing a tour of what this looks like around here, and show everybody what I'm using. I am using you can't see it. It's a little Behringer soundboard. I got to get a new one. This one, some of the knobs are shorting out. and so we gotta get a new mixer. There's one that I'm looking at that looks absolutely amazing. It's $400. It's a GLX something, GLX Go. I don't know, but I'm gonna try and get that as soon as possible. And there's a little bit of feedback in this one. It's not the microphone. This is a brand new mic. This is an amazing microphone that Patreon has helped get. So thank you very much. But yeah, let me know about the show. And these headphones are probably 5 years old, maybe, and they still work beautifully. they're Sony headphones, and I have not had to replace them ever since. It's just amazing headphones, and they are really old. So you can see like the padding on it is kind of worn off, but they work beautifully. Not a single thing wrong with them. But yeah, let me know about the show. Concrete. Nice program for Patreon only. And just let me know in the comment section of maybe the video or here on Patreon. And then I'll make that happen. Maybe if there's a bunch of different ideas, then maybe I can mix them together somehow. We'll see. We'll see what people say. But I'm going to go ahead and get off here. So, as always, I love you guys. Thank you so much for everything that you do for this channel, for this brand. And I will try not to let you down. And we'll see where the future takes us. But as always, until next time.